coming out of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, whether I wanted to go down a business line or a sports line of work. But I think coming to the open evening and meeting the tutors made me realise that the course that they had, like with the sports course, was exactly what I wanted to do, because I wanted a career somewhere in sport. And then obviously being able to play football alongside studying sports at college was amazing, because it allowed me to have a commitment in the classroom to sport and also a commitment to sport outside the classroom, a part of the same college.
So this was actually the last place that we came to visit when we were looking at options. We went to 6 different places, including high schools where we could do sixth form options and other colleges. We saw the course and we thought we'd come here because we could see that there was another open day, having already thought that we'd settled on something else. But I think what stood out for me was the connection that he made with the tutors on the day. So we kind of walked in, he didn't know whether he was going to pursue a more kind of business interest and whether to go look at like the business aspects of what the college offers, or whether he wanted to do something more along the sports route. But we saw the sports people first, and it was just the connection that they made in that first conversation. So an interest in him, what interested him in his kind of academic perspective, but also what kind of drives him as a person. So we kind of had a really good chat about the course and the experience. And then as we kind of stood up to leave, the first thing he said to me was, "This is where I want to come." So it was that connection, I think, with the tutors that we were talking to about the course.
I'd say one of the most memorable was getting the results at the end, because I'd never really seen results coming out of high school, but getting the results at the end and actually doing well, I was kind of surprised. But it made me, I think that one of the reasons that I did do well in this was because it was something I enjoyed learning about. So I put all of my I put all of my effort into my work because it was something that I wanted to succeed in, whereas there were subjects in high school that I didn't really put as much effort into because I didn't care as much about them.
So his academic achievements here at the college were far beyond what he achieved at high school. So what stood out to me when he started to really perform well here was that the environment, the high school environment, was not suited to Joe. So the connection that he got with people, the way he applied himself to his studies, the way he applied the discipline to the sport as well, really stood out. So for me, it just proves the point really that it is the environment that you're studying that will bring the best out of you.
They're amazing. So usually they'll set us a task, and I remember in the classroom, we'd all be sat in the classroom doing our work. They're so approachable and they explain everything so well. And they check on you whilst you're doing your work. So we'll be working in the classroom, they give us days to work, and they'll come around, they'll offer you help. They ask you to ask them if you are struggling so that they can explain it to you, because they want you to get the best results that you can. Well, it gave me a sense of independence coming to college, and it's a different layout to a school day. So in school, you're in school 9 till like 3 every day. Here you come in, you work for a couple of hours, but then you have the independence to go back home and also work. You're expected to do work when you're at home. So that kind of prepared me for going into higher education and managing my time. It taught me to, obviously picking up a job as soon as you get into college, it taught me to manage time with working, schoolwork and sports inside the college and outside of the college as well.
I would say absolutely this would be the best place to come. I think it's the setup, the support. It's a nurturing environment. You genuinely get a feel that the college wants every single student to succeed as much as they can. On the first kind of open evening that we all came to when they just started, the messages that come across about that level of support to give your children the opportunity to succeed and to flourish in their absolute best is incredible. And actually, what I mean, that really reassured me as a parent. But what I can say now is, him having studied here for 2 years, that is absolutely the case. So the way that they tell you it's going to be is exactly the way that it is, and it will bring results.